fellow Toastmasters, and amazing guests. Shoes. With me today are 3 different pairs of shoes, and they do not belong to me. They're stylish, and they're really the latest collection in the world of shoes. Now I'm going to be experimenting today, and I'm going to be trying on each pair myself. And I will start. I will try on the shoes. This is a man's shoes, apparently. Very big on me. It's not my size, and very bulky, unfeminine. And I just don't like being in it. Try on this little girl's shoes. It's not my size. Very flashy, unlike me. And just doesn't fit, and I just don't like being in them. I'm trying on this flashy pair. Never tried on a glittery pair of sandals in my life. They barely fit in. I hate being in them though. Can't even walk in them. I think I'm going to take them off, and I'm going to put my own shoes back on. Because I love my shoes, and I love being in my shoes. Because they're the perfect fit, and it's the perfect style. And I must say that it was quite uncomfortable being in these pairs of shoes. It's really difficult to be in someone else's shoes, literally. And metaphorically speaking, it's a tough task. But it is very important, though, to be in someone's shoes every once in a while. Let me take you through a few cases. Think of Omar. Omar is an emotionally abusive husband. He humiliates his wife. He totally controls her and insults her in public. Now Omar's wife fights back, tries to voice her opinion, and their life is miserable. Taking a closer look at Omar, looking back at Omar's childhood, we notice that back in those days, it was Omar's mom who wore the pants in the house. And Omar refuses to repeat this scenario in his own house after they got married. And he goes extreme. Now, had Omar's wife stepped into his shoes, she would have realized that the key to Omar's communication was assuring him of his manhood, something that his own dad was never given back in those days. And think of Lucille. Lucille is a housemaid. She's been in Amman for 2 years. She's away from home, comes from an underprivileged family back in Asia. She's left her 2 kids back home with her mom. And she's miserable, and she's homesick. She's demotivated at work. She treats the kids harshly, and never has a smile on her face. Now, looking closely at Lucille's life here in Amman, we see that Lucille works over 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, is given little food, little rest, and no appreciation whatsoever. So if Lucille's employer had stepped into her shoes, or should I say stepped into her rubber slippers, she would have realized that all that Lucille needed to get her back on track and back on her feet was a thank you, more rest, and more food. Now, it's not always easy to be in someone's shoes. It's not always easy to rationalize with someone. However, it is important. Because if we do that, we will be able to even predict the actions of others and feel with them, hear what they see, hear what they hear, and feel what they feel. So just before you criticize someone next time, just before you judge someone next time, step empathize with them. And allow this empathy to grow as you move on in life. And it's so much easier to empathize once you display your emotions, your extreme emotions in front of your eyes. From the moments of happiness and victory, all the way to sadness and defeat. So I ask you all to take off your shoes every once in a while and step into the shoes of others. And as Joe Cocker says, you can take off your shoes and put on your hat.